Hey guys, so I'm gonna stray away from what my fellow exec directors have been doing with their testimonials, and honestly, it's really quite inspiring to see over the past few days how their lives have been impacted through their experiences in D2MG. Now, before I start, I'm just gonna make it clear to you that I'm not doing this video thing and this testimonial thing because I'm the marketing director and it's kind of my job to be marketing things and selling things to you. It's honestly a reflection of my experiences being in the exec team in D2MG this year, and I'm shooting this video basically for two reasons, right? The first reason is I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of advice, and a lot of feels to share regarding being an exec. And I just don't think that typing it up would do me or you any justice. I mean, really, who wants to be reading a bunch of text, right? Number two is I want to be able to share with you my experience as an exec this year, which I hope will help you to clarify the reasons of why you're applying for this role. And well, maybe, just maybe, I'm hoping that I'm able to inspire you to apply for the role, for an exec role as well, particularly the role of marketing. Well, ever since high school, I've felt a strong connection to street dance and hip hop, and I guess I've been through a few, let's call them obstacles in life, and I guess without knowing anything much about the history of hip hop culture and where it came from, that sort of thing, one of the best mediums of healing and expression that I've ever had has been through hip hop culture in the form of dance. And well, how? Well, I guess I used to be a really shy person, like a really shy kid, even less so than I am now. And hip hop and street dance really helps me to bring out this other side of myself, the side that has a bit more confidence in expressing myself as a person, and just occasionally learning to be silly and live a little, right? And this has really been reinforced with my experiences having been a part of the D2MG crew last year, which is why I've worked a lot on the marketing side in terms of marketing D2MG crew the right way this year. And so anyway, so with the growth that I've experienced through D2MG, through the hip hop culture, and how it's impacted me, earlier this year I applied for the role of marketing in D2MG. One, because I was passionate about hip hop culture, and I could see and I'd had experiences, I've experienced firsthand on how it could impact people. And two, because I saw a few issues with the D2MG brand and its ability to really communicate its mission and purpose properly. And I really wanted to change that. And yeah, that's basically why I applied for the role of marketing director. So in terms of what I've gotten out of my role as an exec member of the D2MG executive team, in general, I've really refined my teamwork and leadership skills through this role, as well as my ability to adapt my communication according to different contexts and situations through this role. And it's really made me happy to know that the amount of thought and planning and execution that I've done as an exec of D2MG has impacted the people inside and out of D2MG in one way or another. But if there's anything that this role has really helped me to refine, it's been the ability to not give up on things, to stay persistent, to adapt to the situation, and then keep finding alternative solutions to problems that inevitably come up. I mean, I can't tell you just how many times this year that I've come across issues when it came to pitching ideas to the team or building the website, or when I'm missing information and a person just hasn't gotten back to me for something that I need in time. And I've really had to just rack my brain to find a creative solution to the problem. Now, in terms of my marketing role specifically, I've gained a lot of practical skills to do with marketing, of course, and it's really allowed me to, I guess this role has really allowed me to experiment with a lot of different aspects of marketing and business development, things such as brand management, writing content for websites, creating and optimizing a website, developing a sponsorship proposal, and creating partnerships with other organizations. Now, I just gotta say to you that all that stuff that I've mentioned just then, all that marketing and business development stuff, like this is all stuff that a normal university student would not be able to do or have access to through studies alone, right? And even if you were marketing, like working as like a marketing assistant for some company out there and you're getting paid for it because you found a job through seek.com or something, it's really highly unlikely that you'll have this much scope when it comes to marketing strategy. So for the people out there who are studying marketing, or maybe you're interested in starting your own business in the future, or maybe you're just really passionate about hip-hop culture and what it can do for people, what it's done for you, and you really want to spread that message and spread that sort of culture to, I guess, the rest of the community in Australia, then I'd really recommend this role for you, because you'll gain so much out of it. Well, that's kind of like up to you really, but I'll talk about that later. So these are the things that you need to have in order to be successful with marketing in D2MG. So the first thing that you need to do, or need to have, or need to be, is to be proactive, right? And this means looking out for opportunities to promote D2MG and to get the word out there pretty much all the time. And it's not only that, you also need to take up those opportunities and take action on them. Now, it's important to keep in mind that becoming an exec and obtaining a title is nice, right? It's nice to be able to walk down the main walkway at UNSW with all your swag and, you know, have people to come up to you and be like, what? You're the president of D2MG? What? You know, you're the marketing director of D2MG? What? You know, you get the point, right? It's nice to have, you know, that attention and yeah, you know, you get to splash it all over your resume and everything. I mean, who knows, right? Maybe being a marketing director could help you meet some nice girls and guys. And maybe you could go on, you know, maybe you could go up to people and be like, hey, guess what? I'm the marketing director of D2MG. And then have people go, oh my God, have my babies, right? Although, in all honesty, I haven't really tested that yet, and so I can't really tell you if it works or not. But anyway, really, I mean, just remember that a title is just a title, right? The most important thing that is what you do with the opportunity that you have once you're in the role. I'm just relating back to what Teresa said in her testimonial when she first posted it up on this page. You know, getting the role is only the start of the journey. It's not the destination. Like everything in life, how much you put into your role is how much you will get out of it, right? To be a successful exec, you need to have a clear vision of where you want to take the organization, and you need to be able to sell this vision to others, especially for those of you who are considering marketing. It can sound like a daunting task, but really it's a key skill to be able to envision something and sell the idea to others. It's a key skill for any part of your life, right? Whether it be when you're completing a uni group assignment and you need to convince your team to work hard together to get that HD, or when you're an entrepreneur and you're in front of a panel of venture capitalists and you need to sell your business idea to get funding for your startup, or when you're a girl and you need to convince your boyfriend why having him buy you all those pairs of shoes and handbags is really important, it's so vital to the relationship. Or when you're a guy and you need to convince that girl that you really like that your destinies are intertwined and that you're the one that can bring her eternal happiness. Anyway, the second and perhaps most important thing is to have a goal and purpose that's bigger than yourself and your role. Always have a bigger purpose behind what you do. A purpose that's bigger than yourself in your job or whatever it is that you do in life. Because when you're working towards something that's bigger than what's directly in front of you, whether it be the technical issues that you're facing with website updates and maintenance, and I'm just saying this because I'm relating it back to my own role, the amount of thought and planning that has to go into explaining the concepts behind the D2MG crew to people who don't understand what the D2MG crew is, or the amount of Facebook stalking you have to do to get photos and information that's required for a marketing promotion, when you're working towards something that's bigger than what's right in front of you, nothing can stop you. And your work immediately becomes important. And as a result, it becomes meaningful and up to a really, really high standard. So relating this back to me, not to toot my own horn or whatever, everything that I've done and accomplished this year with regard to marketing for D2MG has had a bigger purpose and vision behind it. And it's really helped me to drive me forward and persist through challenges that I face. Because I know that at the end of the day, what I contribute to D2MG through the marketing that I do will be affecting the people around me, right? Now, the most obvious example that I can give you is with regard to the website that I built for D2MG. Now that took me ages and it took me a lot of headaches to work through, but what ultimately kept me going and kept me persisting through the technical challenges that I faced and had me end up writing over 14,000 words was because at the back of my mind, I knew what hip-hop culture could do, and I really felt like D2MG really needed a platform to express that message properly. Because at the back of my mind, D2MG not being able to market itself properly meant that a lot of people would miss out on the opportunity of being able to express themselves through this amazing form of aesthetic expression that is called hip-hop. Now, I know I've said a lot, and to some of you, you might be thinking right now that this role is a really daunting task with a lot of responsibilities. And to be honest, yes, it kind of is. But rest assured, because marketing is an organization-wide activity. And so because of that, it's not just the marketing director's job to be promoting and growing the organization. And so as such, other execs are there, or at least they should be anyway, to help you out when you need it. Now, this doesn't mean that you can go around as the next marketing director delegating every single thing to the other execs. Just know that they will be there to support you and provide you with constructive feedback when you're coming up with new ideas on how to promote the organization. And also to the future marketing director, which could be you, I won't be in the exec team next year, but I will be around to help you transition you into your role. However, do keep in mind that you do need to be proactive and you do need to be willing to work with me in order to take D2MG to the next level. Because think about it, if someone wanted your help and your assistance with something, would you rather help the person who just sat around waiting to be told what to do, or would you rather help someone who showed initiative? Anyway, I'll just leave that food for thought for you to think over. I wish all of you the best of luck, as in all of you who are applying for exec roles. For those of you who aren't applying for exec roles, I still wish you the best of luck with whatever it is that you're doing instead. And I guess what I want to say to those people who aren't applying for exec roles, I understand that you're not applying for the role, but I really still highly encourage you to attend the AGM anyway. It takes a lot of guts to apply for an exec role, right? And I think it would really mean a lot to those guys who are applying if you came along and supported them. So come along and support them, please. Other than that, I'll see you later. Cheers.